case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
Constitutional history was made in 1889 in the case of Chae versus United States. The legal puzzle concerned the legitimacy of the Act of Congress, passed in 1888, that restricted Chinese laborers from re-entering the American land once they left, despite their certified rights under the previous acts of 1882 and 1884. The case emerged from the growing anxiety among American workers, incited by the arrival of Chinese laborers. After being introduced to the American labor market, the Chinese immigrants faced hostility as they clung steadfastly to their cultural customs, increasingly seen as alien rather than assimilating to the American way of life. Their perceived threat to American civilization led to the act, which is now being questioned for potentially violating bilateral treaties and the rights conferred to Chinese laborers by the U.S. legal code. Part of the court's battle was weighing the contradictions between the 1888 Act and the terms of the 1868 treaty with China, which initiated commercial privileges for Americans and endeavored a friendly relationship. The 1868 treaty was particularly significant as it set a legal precedent that recognized Chinese immigrants on a similar level as citizens of the most favored nations. In their ruling, the judiciary reiterated the sovereignty of Congress in matters of national security, holding that the American government had the full authority to exclude aliens from its territory. This verdict was not simply a validation of the 1888 Act against the re-entrance of Chinese laborers, but also served to assert the president's power to deport aliens perceived as threats to the United States' peace and safety. The debate opened a discourse on a country's rights to protect itself, even if it means overriding international treaties in the wake of new circumstances for national interests. Ultimately, the court delineated that the judiciary's function was not to review the validity of legislative decisions, but rather to interpret and apply them. Legislature's power, it affirmed, extends to the disregard of treaty stipulations, if required to prioritize the nation's interests. The ruling of Chae v. the United States reinforced the legal structure that regards safety and sovereignty as national paramounts.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.